Hi and welcome to a tutorial in Vegas. This is Sony Vegas 10. This tutorial will work on the previous versions and it works on version 11. And this is a PIP tutorial, something you see on the forums as to how can I do a PIP. Up to a point you can also do this in the Platinum version as well. So what we'll do is we'll start with a normal clip, and these are just clips that I've dragged off a normal video. So we'll drag those down there like so, and then we've got our normal picture, and we'll assume that we want to put a PIP about here on this video. So what we can do is we drag our PIP bit down. Now the first thing to notice when you're editing is that you always look from the top down, from the top down. So as you can see, you can't see that clip that's underneath until the top clip finishes. So technically that clip is in the wrong place. So we need to move it to the top, and we can do that by going to the header on the left, clicking and moving it up, like so. We can also do the same with the audio, or we can leave the audio there, which I tend to because it's much easier to look at. The audio is always invisible to the preview window. So I'll take that sound off. There we go. So now we can see if I play it. I'll take the sound off there as well. Right, there we go. Now to make this into a PIP, it's very easy. Click on the actual clip itself, go to the right, and the top icon which says Event Pan Crop, click on that. That will open up. In this case it opened up on the other screen. There we go. Oh, once you don't dock. Now I'm zooming out with the roller in the middle of the mouse, and what I'm going to do is grab one tab at the end there and pull it out. Just grab this corner so that you can see what's happening on the preview window. There we go. I'll move it back in so you can just see it there. There it is. Set. And we'll put that in the corner, just there. Now in order to make sure it's nice and square, perhaps we're going to put some other bits on the screen as well, we can use our overlays, and I've got safe areas, so I can then just slide this about till it's in the safe area, whether it be the title safe area or the normal screen safe area. And so there you can see there's the frame, and the image is there, and I did that by dragging this out. If I did it the opposite way, then I'd zoom in. So we close that, and we'll have a look now, and you can see that straight away there's a problem where it starts large and gets smaller. Obviously we don't want that, we just want it to start small, and the reason for that is, and it's something I always overlook and forget myself, which is annoying, is the keyframes. Normally I have this button depressed in, which is a sync cursor, and what that allows you to do is that if I move the cursor on here on the actual timeline, it's in sync in my pan crop window. Now not to worry, because we can get rid of this quite easy. Go to the first marker and you can see that it fills the frame up, and as I move the cursor along you can see it's moving along. Now keyframing is excellent for doing things like that, but in this case we don't want to do it. If we'd moved the cursor to the beginning and did it, we wouldn't have this issue, but I'm doing it because I know it happens to me, so it's bound to happen to you. So click on the first one, right click, delete, and now that's the only marker we've got, so it's not going to move. So we'll close that. Oh, there we go. And now if we watch, there's our PIP. Okay, the PIP comes in rather harsh, and it may be that we just want it to fade in, so we can grab the end till that turns to a quarter of a cheese, drag it into, say, a second, and a second on this side, and now you will see that it will fade in, and then at the end it will fade out. The other nice thing is if we could have a border around that so we can just see it a little better than it is at the moment. It seems to blend into the background a bit. So we go to our effects, go to border, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the translucent blue border for this effect. I'm going to drop it on, and once I've dropped it on you can see that the border goes all the way around the preview window, which is not what I really want. I want it to go around just this bit here. Also notice that the effects window is opened up massive, so if I double click the top that'll resize it for me. So what I do to get the border in the right place is click and hold that border tab here and then move it to the left, and you can see a red mark appear, and let go, and there you go. You can see it just around the pip now, and that should fade in with the pip, and it does. You can change obviously all the borders, colours, etc. in there. Now then, what we're going to do is get another clip. I'll move this along a little bit, go back to our project media, and let's get this clip here. I'm going to move it there, then highlight that and press the up key on number 8 on the pads. There we go. And on that one press the down key, number 2, on the pad, like so. Now I'd moved the audio up there, I wouldn't have had to do that, but again this is a tutorial. And I'll probably say, well, actually what I'd like is, oh, quite a loud bus, turn that down, is that one to be a pip as well. So, but what I want to do is to crossfade over from one pip to the next, and as you can see it actually goes to full image. Now normally you could do it to what I've done just now and go through the same processes, but if you highlight the clip that's correct, right click and do copy, then highlight the clip that you want to be the same, right click and do paste event attributes, it just copies everything across. We can drop extra filters etc. in there to adjust that image if we wish. We can also use our stabilized media as well. Now that's fine. Now if you're doing a lot of those on one timeline, that obviously gets slightly tedious.